Hello.
Happy Teachers Day, sir.
Thank you very much.
Happy Teachers Day, sir.
Thank you everyone. On this particular Teachers Day, I would like to tell you something that I want all my students to be good in terms of their studies and also in other extracurricular activities, whether it may be in terms of sports and other activities, and be attentive. And finally, try to reach your goal, which you have fixed in your mind, like as a software engineer or entrepreneur, whatever it may be. I want you all to be a successful persons in your life. Okay, all the best for your future.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Mention out.
Thank you, sir.
So in the previous class, shall we start?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
In the previous class, we started discussing about nature and
Nature of
characteristics of management, right? So,
Yes, sir.
any doubts in this particular concepts about nature of management and characteristics of management?
No, sir.
No doubts. So the next concept that we are going to deal in today's class is about the functional areas of management, as well as we will be discussing about goals of management and levels of management. Okay. So what is functional areas of management? What is a function? First of all, let me know what is a function. Any idea or any definition from your end? We use this particular word function in our life more oftenly, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So what is a function according to you? In general way, even don't think in terms of technical aspect, even if you know something about a particular word called as function, in general way, let me know.
Event, sir.
It is an event.
Event.
Okay. Event can be anything, right? But
Yes, sir.
functional.
Yes, sir.
Function is an event. Functional speaks about if I remove AL in this particular functional, it is an event, right? If I add AL here, what is the meaning of functional indicates?
Process of events.
And like based upon the event, function is an event. In order to operate that particular event, we call that, if I operate that particular event, then it is considered as functional. Okay, we consider it as operating that particular event. Exactly right. It is considered as functional process. So here, in terms of a management, we deal with 4 different types of functional areas of management, where we will be dealing with production. When it comes to an organization, we will be dealing with the production. Second, we will be dealing with the marketing process. Third, we will be dealing with finance and accounting. And lastly, personal. Okay, what is a production? Production is nothing but developing a product. Production is a process which we are going to develop a product, whether it may be a new product or whether it may be an existing product. Whenever the production keyword comes into the picture in terms of an organization, production always deals with developing certain products which is already existing, or we can also develop the product which is not existing, which is nothing but a new innovative products, we call it as. Okay, where whatever the process that we are going to carry out in terms of development, that is considered as a production management process. Production management is the one which always deals with developments. If I want to develop something, then I require what? Resources. Utilizing those resources, I will be developing certain product, and the person who is going to develop that particular product will be put under production management team. We call a person who is going to Like you might have heard about a word called as software developer, right? Senior software developer or junior software developer. Like those are the person who majorly deal with developing some products. Either it may be a hardware product, or it may be a software product, or it may be a combination of both. Irrespective of in which area they are dealing with, if the person is developing something, then he comes under production management team. And this particular production management team is taken care by the production manager. There will be one particular person who will be acting as a production manager in a specific domain which is considered as production. And that particular manager will be held responsible in order to take care of all the resources as well as the employees who are coming under that particular production team. In that particular production team. And this particular production management, it always deals with 4 different other activities. First one is, I have mentioned here. First is P, second one is M, third one is R and D. Okay, what is P here? The first important activity. There are n number of activities which we will be carrying out in production. Out of those, 4 are very important. 3 are very important. One is P, second one is M, third one is R and D. What is P here in terms of production? P indicates purchasing. P indicates purchasing. M indicates material management. M indicates material management. And the third one is research and development. Research and development. Here, production deals with these 3 important aspects, majorly with these 3 important aspects. One is purchasing, second one is material management, third one is research and development. Okay, what is purchasing here? Purchasing indicates what? Purchasing the resources for an organization. How you are going to purchase? For example, let us take an example. P stands for purchasing, and I am it indicates what? I am purchasing certain resources to the organization. Purchasing certain resources to the organization comes under Purchasing Act. How you are going to purchase the resources to the organization? That is very important here. Everyone purchases the resources. The best example is, let us say we will go for a shopping. Tomorrow is my birthday and today I will go for a shopping. So I want to buy a new dress for my birthday. If I want to buy a dress for my birthday, I will go into the market. What is the next step that you are going to do? If you go to a particular shop, or if you go for a shopping process, what you are going to do?
Selecting, sir.
Selecting. What you are going to select? Yes, in what way you are going to select? The
Based on quality,
quality, price,
Design.
size,
then will you go?
cost,
Yes? Please, go ahead. Okay, let us take, these are the 4 important criteria that you will consider for shopping. There is 4 criteria. Second one is, will you choose only a single shop to select your dress?
No, sir.
You will move around the market and you will search for your required resource in one or the 2 shops or 3 shops or 4 shops, right? he will move around and he will try to do some research on that particular dress, getting those resources. In which shop we may get for a less price. My budget is so and so. So for this particular price, in which shop I can get a very good resource. You will try to find out that particular shop by moving around 1 or 2 shops or 3 shops or 4 shops, right? So here also the same. But the person who is going to the production manager is not going to the shops. Instead, he will identify what the first one is. He will identify what are the resources that are required for my organization for a particular process. After identifying the resources requirement, next is he will contact some n number of vendors who are going to supply the same type of materials. Understood? He will contact the n number of vendors. Vendors are nothing but suppliers. We call it as suppliers. N number of vendors who is going to provide you the quotation of the resources which is required for a specific organization according to the manager. They will send the quotation. After sending the quotation, we will get the details. Like for example, 4 different vendors have sent a quotation to us. Which one has to be selected? We have got 4 different quotations. Let us say one quotation we got from RYMC, another quotation we got from BITM, another quotation we got from MS Ramaya College, and the other one we got from UBDT Davangere. 4 different quotations I got from 4 different organizations for the same resource. What you are going to do next? Any answer?
So can you repeat it again, sir?
See, I want certain resources. Let us say I want 10 computers for my organization. Okay, let us take an example that I want 10 computers for my organization, desktop computers, and that particular desktop must contain 1 TB of hard disk, 4 GB of RAM, okay, with built-in graphics card, and some other related features. I will contact the vendors who are supplying computers in Ballari and I will ask them to send a quotation. I will ask those suppliers to send a quotation of what is the price of this configuration computer and what is the final quotation that you are going to provide me. So 4 different vendors from Ballari district, they will send a quotation to us. 4 different vendors from Ballari district, they will send a quotation to me. Now, what is the next step that I have to do?
Select any one out of the 4, sir.
How you are going to select?
So based on company and based on the product and also.
Based on the company, based on the product quality.
Based on number of days they give the insurance and all.
Okay, fine then.
Price, sir.
Pardon?
Price.
Based upon the price. Then
And the EMI they produce per month.
EMI. Then so we will choose. Let us say these are some important things which we have chosen for purchasing the computer. So here purchasing the computer deals with these 5 different aspects as you said me. Let us take I'm taking the example here. So when I take this as an example, for example, vendor 1 has quoted a quotation of 10,000 per computer and 1 lakh is the price. Second person has quoted 80,000, third person has quoted 75,000, fourth person has quoted 1,20,000. Which one you are going to select? Same company, same computers, same type of configuration. One vendor has asked for 1 lakh, one vendor has given the quotation for 80, one person has given the quotation for 75,000, and the other person has given the quotation for 1,20,000.
The third vendor, so 7 lakh.
75,000.
75,000. Why?
So because
Price.
Price is less.
Same price and all.
Okay, price is less. But quality?
Sir, you said it will have same quality.
Same configuration, same configuration, computers also same. But
Then we'll check it on based on
we have
quality.
to identify why this particular, see, we must not think like same configuration, everything fine. But we have to identify, is there in why this particular person is giving me 75,000? Why this particular, the last person has quoted 1,20,000. If it is 1,20,000, is there anything more that is going to provide us? Whether he is going to provide us the service for free of cost, or whether he is going to provide us any other resources as a gift. We have to identify those things, right? So identifying the vendor for purchasing the right product at right time is one of the important asset of organization. We must not think only in terms of price aspect. We must think in terms of majorly on three different aspects. One is quality of the product, service provided by the vendor, as well as the price of the product. If these three are there in the quotation given by the third person who has quoted me 75,000, then I can move ahead with that particular person. If he has given me only the supply of material, instead if he doesn't give me the service, then it's useless. Isn't it? If he doesn't give us a service, and if for example, you will buy a laptop, and if that particular person is not going to provide you the service in future, if something goes wrong in your laptop, then will you buy that particular product in that particular organization or particular shop?
Yes, sir.
No, right? So service is also one of the important asset here. Service is also one of the important asset. Quality of the product is an important asset, and the price of the product is also important. If all these three are fine, if all these three are given by a specific vendor which is in third position, 75,000, then easily we can move ahead by in order to purchase the systems which is required for my organization. So purchasing speaks about buying the right product, buying the right resources or products or resources at right time from right vendor is one of the important asset of purchasing. While purchasing, we have to purchase the resources which is required for the organization. Who is going to purchase the resources for a specific organization? Manager. Manager is the one who is going to purchase the resources for the organization. But here, the main important thing is you must think about all these four different aspects. Who is going one is right vendor, right price, right good quality, right price, right good service from a specific vendor will help me to buy the products or the resources to my organization in an appropriate manner. Whereas the second one is material management. See, once you buy the resources to your organization, those resources will be stored in a specific room which we call it as store. We call it as store. And those particular resources will be supplied to the team members of production only when it is required for them. We will purchase the products, and I have purchased 10 products or 10 computers. But as of now, we require only 2 computers for us. Remaining 8 computers will be stored in the storeroom. And that particular storeroom is taken care by the store manager. And he is the one who is going to supply to the concerned department based upon the requirement of the production team at right time. Why we have to store it? Instead of storing, why can't we install all the computers at a time? if I install all the computers at a time, all other 8 computers will be idle and it may be misused by the employees of the organization. If the resources are more, then automatically the misuse comes into the picture of organization. So instead of avoiding that particular misuse, then that particular resources, we will store those resources which we have brought in the first step in the storeroom, and the store manager will be supplying those resources only when it is required for the team members of a production team. Okay, whereas the third one is research and development. Research and development, it totally speaks about innovation. It speaks about innovation. Innovation is nothing but generating new ideas and new products and developing those particular products and bringing it into the market is one type of research. New innovation, that is new method, new product, new technology, is one way of doing research and development. And another way of research and development process is developing some more extra features to the product which is already existing and leaving it into the market. And leaving it into the market is called as is the process of research and development. Research and development always deals with the two different assets. One is new innovation and the second one is developing some more extra features to the product which is already existing. So who is going to do this particular research and development process? Research and development process is one which is carried out by the team members of the production as well as the manager of the production team. Okay, research and development, it deals with identifying the new features for a product and developing a new product. Second one is adding some more extra features to the product which is already existing and leaving it into the market with the new name. Best example is your Samsung. Samsung, we came across with n number of features like Samsung S1, S2, S3, S4, S5, S6, X7, S8, S9, S10 and so on, right? What like product is same but the features are different. Whatever that is present in S10, it is not present in S9. Some features are not present in S9. Those features are updated in S10 and they have left it in the market representing with the new name which is called as updated version of Samsung S10 and so on. So this is the process which is carried out in this particular process which is called as R&D. Okay, and this is what about the production team. Production is nothing but it is a process which comes under a production management, and it is a process which deals with all the activities related to the production. If I want to do the production oriented activities, then I require resources. Those resources are brought by taking the support of purchasing. After purchasing the resources, those resources must be maintained in the store. This is carried out by material management. And this particular material management is the one which is going to store the resources, and it is going to supply those particular resources based upon the need of the employees. Whereas the third one is R&D. R&D speaks about two important aspects. One is new innovation and new product. Second speaks about developing new features on the existing product. So this is what about the production. Whereas the second one is marketing. Marketing is one of the important asset of any organization which deals with showcasing their product to the society. Showcasing their product to the society, representing that this is the company and this is what the features that we have and this is how it works and this is how it is more beneficial for us in order to make use of that particular product and make our work easily. That is what the process of marketing is. Marketing, it deals with, they will try to encash the customers. They will try to encash the customers. They will try to make the customer to realize what type of product this is and how this particular product is going to work, in what way this particular product will be more helpful for them in the future. So that is what the process which the marketing team will be doing with. And this marketing team deals with three different assets. One is advertising, second one is second one is marketing, and the third one is sales. What this particular advertising is, how we are going to, there are different modes of advertising. There are different modes of advertising. One way is we can share our information through newspaper. Second one is we can share our product information through pamphlets. Third one is we can showcase that particular product by putting some tent in the places where the crowd will be more. And the fourth one is by giving the advertisements in the medias and so on. Advertising is a process which deals with n number of options. Nowadays we are seeing the advertising is done through some digital boards in and around the societies also. And also there are some boards which are moving in and around in autos also by displaying the product information. Isn't it? So first and foremost thing of marketing is a process which deals with bringing the customers to the organization to buy a product. Bringing the customers to the organization to buy the product which is developed by the purchasing team, developed by the production team. So this particular marketing management team will be doing that. They will try to encash the customers representing all the information of a particular product and the benefits of a particular product. And they will try to make the customers to buy that particular product to getting into the organization. Second one is marketing, like market research, we call it as market research. What this market research will be done? See, here we are going to collect the data from the various customers or various people in the society, and we are going to analyze that particular data. For example, this particular marketing research team will move in and around the society, and they will try to encash the requirement of society by speaking to someone, like by speaking to more number of people, like what might be your requirement. And frankly speaking, sometimes we will be speaking about our mobiles. If this particular mobile is having something around 16 GB of RAM, then that would be better. If the camera quality is good, then that would be better. You will be seeing some reviews also in terms of the products which has been brought by some customers through online shopping also, right? So collecting the reviews, good reviews as well as bad reviews about a particular product which is already existing, or collecting the information from the society about what is the major requirement of the society nowadays. Major requirement of the society can be known to us. We can come to know about it only if we move in and around the society and collect the data. After collecting the data, we have to analyze the data. Whether this particular data which has been collected by me is correct or wrong, or whether the data which has been collected by me contains all good reviews or what. If it contains, whether it contains only bad reviews. Like, we have to identify those things. Good reviews as well as bad reviews has to be identified. Once you identify good and bad, we must not follow towards good. Instead, we must follow towards the bad, and we have to try to identify the solution for the bad. Why? Because identifying the solution to the bad and finding the solution for it will help me to develop a new product which is most essentially required for the society. If I develop a product which is not required for the society, then that particular product may not give a very good review to me, or whether very good benefits or very good profits to me as an entrepreneur. If I want to gain more profit, then I have to develop the product which is most essentially required, for the society. That particular process can be carried out only if a marketing research team collect the data from the society, and if they analyze the data and identify the bad causes, and representing that particular bad causes in front of the production team may help us to improve the products as well as to improve the new innovative ideas and bring a new product into the market. Whereas the third one is sales management. Sales management, what they do? What they do? Have you heard about the sales management? Sales manager. Some people will be coming to our houses by giving some offers, saying that if you buy this particular product, then you can get 10 different other resources for free of cost, and so on. Those particular persons we call it as salespersons, right? What is their role? What they do?
They tell us about the product, sir.
They tell us about the product, then
We'll sell it.
they will try to convince you and they will try to sell that particular product to you. Even though if it is not required for you, they will try to convince you, right?
Yes, sir.
So sales manager's role is that. Sales manager is the one who is going to sell that particular product to the buyers by convincing them, saying that this particular product is most essentially needed for your family. Even though if it is not required, he will try to convince. He will try to convince, saying that tomorrow you may be in need of this particular product, but if you want to buy that particular product tomorrow, this particular product cost might be something around 10,000. Now if you buy that particular product, then you will get 50% discount and you will get it for 5,000, and so on, right? These are the things which they will be saying us, isn't it? So that is what the role of a sales manager here. And this is what about the marketing. Marketing always deals with by bringing the customers to the organization in different manners. One is you can advertise your product by sitting in one place, or you can move around the society, collect the data for the development of new products. Whereas sales manager, they also move around the society and try to identify the customers and try to convince them and try to sell that particular products into the market. This is what about the marketing process is. Whereas the third one is finance and accounting. Finance and accounting is one of the intelligent process which has to be carried out by the finance team. And this particular finance team is the one who is going to record all the transactions which are involved in that particular organization. Like transactions in the sense, it may be a debit, or it may be a credit, or it may be a loss and profit, as well as tax. Debit, credit, loss, profit, and taxation which has been paid by the organization to other vendors, as well as which has to be paid to the government, will be maintained by this finance and accounting team. Finance and accounting team is one of the team which deals with this type of transaction, and they will keep a record of it in order to supply that particular record, and that particular record will be helpful for them in order to fill the IT returns form of the organization, and gives take some suggestions from the IT persons about what are the things that we may add or we may delete, and so on. They will take the support of the persons who works for IT, who works for income tax process, Okay, and they will try to maintain the complete record of the organization, loss, profit, gain, whatever it may be. When it comes to the money aspect, that particular money aspect will be carried out by the finance and accounting team. Whereas the fourth point here is personal. Personal is nothing but, it deals with human resource. It deals with human resource. What is human resource speaks about? Human resource speaks about one aspect. What is that particular one aspect is? It deals with identifying the human resource requirement, in the sense identifying how many employees are required for my organization in order to deal with a particular project. Like there might be shortage of employees. If I have a shortage of employees, then the production team will be informing to the personnel. Personnel is nothing but HR person, human resource manager, saying that we are in need of some more 5 employees for carrying out this particular work for my organization. We are a shortage of 5 employees. So what this particular person will do, they will send a message to through their website portal, saying that we are recruiting for software engineer in a so and so company, and the experience might be some 0 to 2 or 5 years or 10 years, depending upon the requirement of the production team. And these particular persons are going to get the calls, and these persons are the one who is going to perform the operation of identifying the correct person as an employee to the organization according to the need of production management team. And once they identify the correct resource person, they will try to encash whether the techniques or whether the skills which that particular person is having will manage with the production team, or will match with the production team, or doesn't match. If it matches, well and good, directly they will add them to the product, to the development process. If it doesn't matches, then they will be providing them the training for the employees. Once they give that particular training for the new employee to whom they have recruited, they will be providing them the complete details about the order, like what is your role and what is your wage, and wage in the sense what is your salary for per month or per year in terms of a package, and they will be finalizing the particular finalizing everything, and they will recruit the employee to a specific organization. And this is what the process which is carried out by in the form of personnel. Okay, understood everyone?
Yes, sir.
Any doubts in this? Any doubts?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, shall we move further? So the next concept here is goals of management. Here the goals of management, goals are nothing but objectives of management. So if I want to achieve success in my organization, then we must follow certain management rules in the organization, where that particular rule speaks about employee motivation. Second one is customer satisfaction. Third one is increased profit. Why we need to motivate the employees in the organization as a manager or as an entrepreneur? Yes? Why this employee motivation is required? If employee motivation is not there in the organization, what is going to happen? Why the students require motivation from the teachers? Any answer from anyone? Yes, Prashant. Are you there, KG Prashant? Bhagya? Nivedita, Abhishek, or
Sir,
anyone? Yeah. Why we
sir, like
need motivation? Why you need motivation?
the students need motivation to like they'll get encouragement, sir, to learn new things, like
Hmm.
to achieve something like that, sir.
Okay. Ultimately, if a teacher motivates a specific student or all the students to move ahead in their career by representing some important points to them, where you are going wrong and what is the thing that is happening and how to correct that particular thing and all those things, and if a teacher motivates a specific student, then that particular student may get into the right path instead of going into the wrong path, right?
Yes, sir.
So finally, a student can achieve his goal with the help of motivation. So similarly here also, if the employee is motivated towards the work by giving some awards to them or by suggesting something to them, by by speaking to them friendly, or like the environment of the organization must be in such a way that we must feel like we must work. We must feel like we must work hard for the organization, do something to the organization. If that particular feel comes into each and every employee, then the organization can achieve their target. The organization can achieve their target, and that particular target can be achieved only if the entrepreneur motivates the employee by providing some sort of important assets which is most essentially needed for the employees. Without motivating the employees, if like for example, if the entrepreneur doesn't motivate the employee, what happens? I will tell you. Every time he will come and he will give me the work. My entrepreneur will come and give me the work, saying that this is the work which has to be carried out by you. Every time, day and night, I will be working for him, for the organization. Other person who is sitting beside me may work for a shorter period of time. I am working for 10 hours, he is working for 2 hours, but the salary is same for both of us. Today I will work, tomorrow I will work, day after tomorrow I will work, but later, some one or the other day, that particular myself as an employee, I will realize that I am getting the same salary and he is also getting the same salary. I am working for 10 hours and he is working for 2 hours for the organization. If this distraction comes into the picture, then automatically the employee who is working for the organization may not work for 10 hours. Instead, he also start working for 2 hours. Then who is the loser here?
Entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur is the loser here. So, in order to avoid that particular problem, in order to avoid such kind of situations in the organization, the entrepreneur role is to identify and identify the work of each and every employee. How this particular employee 1 is working, how this particular employee 2 is working, what is the salary which is fixed for employee 1, what is the salary which is fixed for employee 2, who is working more towards my organization goal. He has to identify all those things and he has to motivate the employee who is working to achieve the success of organization. Similarly, he must not leave the employee who is working for few hours. He must make that particular employee also to work for 10 hours. Isn't it? The one who is working, he has to motivate them by saying that your work is good and you are carrying a very good task and you will be awarded this year, or you will be promoted, or you will be provided with some more salary. The one who is not working, for them what we have to do? How you are going to motivate? The one who is not studying at all. As a teacher, if you are a teacher, I am a student, I am not very much studious, and I won't get average marks also in the IA. Let us think that. As a teacher, how you are going to motivate me? The one who was sitting beside me is a first rank and he's got very good marks, and the teacher will motivate him. Okay, you can move further and you can hit a rank in the university. And for me, if I get passed, that is more than enough for a teacher. Why? Because I am not working at all. I am not studious at all. As a teacher, what you are going to suggest me? How you are going to motivate me? Today is a very good chance for you on Teachers Day, right? You will be a teacher and I will be the student. So how you are going to motivate me?
Sir, by telling some good words and
Think that I am your student. My average marks is not good. My first IA is something around 5, second IA is something around 4, third IA is coming across. In what way you are going to motivate me and make me to reach that minimum average?
so we'll tell you to study well and we'll give you some tips how to study and what to do to gain a good score and all. We'll
Yeah.
tell us.
How? What are the tips that you are going to give as a teacher?
So first thing we'll tell a student not to discourage yourself because you have not scored well in your first IS, sir.
Hmm.
And then we will tell them that make your interest on yourself and you need to study and we'll give you some tips how to study and also.
How I must study?
So make a schedule, so first make a schedule and go on with the steps what all to study and in each and every subject make out some modules and take off all the important questions and all. We'll make that list, sir.
Okay.
And
Next.
First of all, we have to
Any other answer? Good. Thank you. And any other answer from others?
first of all we have to love the subject. We have to get
I'm not studious, sir. Then how can I love the subject?
by providing any.
You make me to love that particular subject. You are the teacher, Ajit. You are my teacher.
Yes, sir.
I am your student. You make me to love that particular subject and you make me to get inside that particular subject and score well.
Suppose if we get good marks in IAR, that is in main exam, I will give something gift like that. We have to provide
Hmm.
something that he likes.
Okay. How you are going to identify how you are going to identify as a teacher, how you are going to identify my weakness?
By moving friendly with the student, sir.
By moving friendly with the student. Then,
By knowing likes and dislikes of his things.
next.
Then we have to motivate the subject. Suppose
Okay.
if we study what is the result, or if we didn't study what is the result, then we have confused.
Fine.
Like that.
Thank you, Ajit. Next, is there anyone who can share your views? Yes? Is there any student to whom I took class in first year?
Yes, sir.
Dhirendra, then? Only one?
Teaching, sir.
Can you share your view? Most of the time in the classes I used to speak about these particular things, right?
Yes, sir.
So, do you remember those things?
Yes, sir.
Then now it's a chance for you to revert it back to me. So can you tell some tips or motivate me as my teacher? Yes, Tejaswini or Dhirendra or Deepu? No. Fine, let us move back. Employee motivation is nothing but what? Here, this is the process which we are going to carry out, which the entrepreneur has to carry out by identifying the strength and weakness of each and every employee. If the employee strength is like each and every employee will be having their own particular strengths and weaknesses. If no need to work on strengths, instead working on the weakness will and identifying those weaknesses, working on the weakness and giving some solution to overcome those weaknesses is one of the important task of whether of a teacher or a entrepreneur of a specific organization. So identifying the weakness is a major task. It is a difficult task actually. We won't be coming to know what is the thinking of a particular student or what is the thinking of an employee. What is thinking right now? Why is dull? Why is happy? Why is aggressive? In which area is more interested in? Identifying that particular thing is one of the important and difficult task of a manager or a teacher of a particular organization. So this particular identification needs some survey by collecting some information from their friends or from their colleagues or from some their own views. Then based upon that we can motivate the employees to move ahead. Once the motivation works inside that particular student or an employee, then automatically he can achieve his success in his career. Once he achieves his success in his career, then indirectly it will help the organization to grow faster. Without motivating the employees, it's very difficult for us to reach the highest target in the society. Okay, so this is one of the important asset of a management. Whereas the second one is customer satisfaction. We have obviously when you are selling some product into the market, you have to satisfy the customer, or you are going to satisfy the customer based upon the product details and based upon the customer need. Based upon the product details and based upon the customer need, we have to satisfy the customer. Then only we can increase the profit of the organization. If the customer doesn't satisfy, then automatically the customer may not come back towards our organization in future. If we lose the customers who have already come to the organization, then it is a big loss to the organization. We must not lose the customers. If I don't want to lose the customers, then we have to make them happy by providing some discounts or by providing some good products into which is most essentially needed for them. That is what the thing that we have to do here. Whereas increased profit, major important goal. Everyone works for the money. Okay, and if I get 1 rupee today as a profit, tomorrow I will be thinking about how to make it as 2 rupees or 2 rupees to 3 rupees, 3 rupees to 10 rupees, 10 rupees to 1000, 1000 to 1 lakh, lakhs to crores. That is the thing that is running in the market nowadays, right? So this is one of the very important thing of a very important asset. This is possible only if these two are satisfied. This is possible only if these two are satisfied. The manager has to think about the profits every time. How can he increase the profit? Day wise or month wise or year wise or weekly wise. It depends upon the type of products that we are going to develop. We can't track weekly on a product which is a large product which contains something around, like if the product development takes 1 year, then we can't consider it as weekly. Sometimes we make it consider it as monthly or quarterly. What is the expenses that we have spent every month, and what is the profit that we have got after developing that particular product in the same month of next year. has to be identified, and once if I identify the profit is not increasing, then automatically this particular manager has to call the sales management team saying that the sales is becoming less and the profit is becoming low. If it is so, then it will be a problem to the organization, and it may lead to a big conflict. It may lead to a big conflict. So we must move ahead by selling that particular product into the market aggressively, and the target is so and so. They will increase the target and they will make them sell that particular product at any cost into the society without fail. So that is what the process which is carried out in terms of increased profit is. And these are the three important goals of management here. Okay, and one is employee motivation. We have to identify the weakness of employees, and we have to overcome those, we have to make them to overcome those weaknesses and convert those weaknesses into strength and make them to work that will help them to achieve the success. Some employees will be interested in money, so we have to say them that we will provide you incentive if you work for more period and so on. And some employees will be interested in learning some new concepts. Some employees will be interested to reach the goal of the organization, but they may not be able. They have stuck in the middle. Some employees, they don't want to do anything. Instead, they want to earn the money. So there are different types of employees which we come across in each and every organization. So depending upon the employees thinking and employees motivation, the entrepreneur has to work. Entrepreneur has to work, and he has to motivate them, and he has to make them to achieve the success of the organization. Okay, and this is what about the goals of management. Understood, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so today we have discussed about functional areas of management as well as goals of management. In the next class, we will be discussing about levels of management, which is designed by Breach. Breach is a scientist who said that management is of three different levels. One is low level, middle level, and top level. Where we have studied out, where we came across with this particular point in the previous classes. Management is used at all levels. Where this particular point was taught to you.
Characteristics of management.
Characteristics of management. Last but third point, which we have discussed about the characteristic there here. Management is needed at all the levels. That is nothing but low level, middle level, and high level. That is what we will be discussing in the next class, and later we will be discussing about the scientific management process. Here there are two different approaches which we will be dealing with. One is Taylor's scientific management approach, and the other one is Henry Fayol administrative management. What Taylor has spoken, who was he, how he came across, and what is the thing that he has carried out in his organization, and what are the important points that he has framed in order to make the organization successful. Those are the things which we will be speaking about in the next upcoming classes. Okay. So once we complete with this particular evolution of scientific management with these two concepts, then we will be completing with first chapter of your module 1, that is management chapter. Okay. In this module 1 we have three different chapters. One is management, introduction to management, planning, and organizing. These are the three important chapters from your textbook which we will be dealing with, and we have completed up to goals of management as of now. In the next coming classes, I think it may take another 2 or 3 classes, we will be completing with the remaining concepts of your management. Once we complete with these concepts of management, I will be giving you one assignment on this particular concepts. Okay, and we will be moving further with the second chapter and third chapter. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So is there anything else?
Yes, sir. No, sir.
No, sir.
Everything is Are you able to understand all the concepts which I have taught you till today?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine.
When you publish,
Sir, notes not yet published, sir, in that.
One ಕೆಲಸ I will send you through WhatsApp. I have published.
Okay, sir, thank you.
I don't know why it is not getting back to you. I will send it through WhatsApp.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So, shall we wind up the class?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Thank you. Is there any problem with the software?
No, sir. Sir, attend.